I think probably a lot of you are not expecting, but it's something that a lot of you have been asking me about for a long time. Oh my gosh, guys, do I have some news for you? Welcome back to Sunday Sofa Time. I'm Morgan here in front of the red sofa. It is November 24th when this video is going online, and I have some news for you, something I'm so excited to tell you about, and something that is not something that I thought I might ever say. And just to clear some things up in advance, no, Marcus and I are not getting married. No, I'm not pregnant. And no, I'm not quitting YouTube. Although, with these new COPPA regulations, that's kind of tricky. So, it's none of those things. Anyways, I just want to come out and say what it is I want to say, but you guys know that I love to, sort of make it mysterious and have surprises, and I've been teasing about this now for a couple days on Facebook, and I'm just wondering if anybody's really figured it out yet for sure. I'm sure some people have sort of, gathered the facts and everything, but let me just say for people who are maybe new here that I have now been on 16 cruises on 15 different cruise ships, right? And it has been quite a while now. There's been quite a distance between my last cruise and now. It's been one of the longest periods of time, I think, that I've gone cruise free. And it's definitely time to change that. So I started looking at cruises. I talked with Marcus. We looked at when is the next period of time that we might be able to get some time off together, and what is it that we would be interested in doing. And of course, as I've said before, one of the things that I always consider when I'm planning any kind of travels is not only what is it that I'm interested in doing, and of course what would Marcus be interested in doing, but I also think about what is it that you all are interested in seeing, because it all, fits together. Whenever I travel, I'm never really just traveling for myself, because I'm always thinking about you guys in the back of my head, and what can I do to help you guys plan if you ever might want to go on this ship or to this theme park or to this hotel. And so that was a big factor in choosing what it is we were going to do. And so I think you've probably heard it already, but we will be going on a cruise. And this cruise is on a ship that, like I said, I think probably a lot of you are not expecting, but it's something that a lot of you have been asking me about for a long time. I have cruised on several Royal Caribbean ships. I have cruised on several Norwegian Cruise Line ships. I have cruised on 2 MSC ships. Could I go through all the ships right now? I'm gonna try. So on Royal Caribbean, it was the Monarch of the Seas, my first cruise, and then the Navigator, the Mariner, the Legend, Harmony, and Anthem of the Seas. Am I forgetting one? So that's 6. Then on Norwegian Cruise Lines, it's been the Getaway, Escape, and Epic twice. Oh, and the Jade, so that puts me at 11. And then the MSC Meraviglia, the MSC, what was it called again? Magnifica? I'm missing 2. I'm missing 2 ships. What are they? Did I say the Anthem of the Seas? Please forgive me, I know not what ships. And of course, there are 2 cruise lines missing from that list. When you look at the really popular cruise lines for people in my age, there are 2 missing. And those are the 2 cruise lines that you guys have asked me about a lot. You asked me if I have done it yet or why I haven't done it. And those are Disney Cruise Lines and Carnival Cruise Lines. Cruise Lines or Cruise Line. Disney and Carnival. Oh, I know one ship that I forgot to mention. I was on an AIDA ship. I think it was the AIDA Luna. And AIDA is the German brand of Carnival, which is why it just popped into my head. So we considered taking a cruise on both of those lines, on Disney or on Carnival, and looked at the dates, looked at what was coming up, of course looked at the prices, and then we came to a decision, and that is of course what I'm going to tell you about in this video. But before I drop the bomb, I'm going to put a little commercial break right here. Did you see one? Was it for a cruise line? I wonder which one it was. Just like I bet you're wondering which cruise line we're going to be cruising with in January. So coming up on January 1st, so we have to be to the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning, so there's not going to be any New Year's Eve celebrations here. We're going to bed early to get up, to get to the airport by 5 in the morning, and then we're going to be flying to Fort Lauderdale. Actually, no. Let me correct that. We're flying to Miami, but the cruise leaves from Fort Lauderdale on January 2nd. All right, so that's the first little clue for you. If you want to start Googling cruises before I get to the information, we leave from Fort Lauderdale on January 2nd, and we disembark also in Fort Lauderdale on January 6th. So it's a relatively short cruise, and we're going to be on a cruise line and a ship that we have never been on. I don't even know if I've ever even seen this ship actually. And to give you the next hint, the ship recently underwent a like $200 million upgrade. So anybody have any ideas? There were some things added to the ship and updated, and it's a ship that we've never been on before, on a cruise line we've never been on before. I know, you guys are probably getting so frustrated now that I haven't said it yet. We will be in a balcony cabin. What else can I tell you before just telling you the name of the ship? I don't know. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Do you want to know what it is? I'm so excited to tell you. You guys, I am finally going to be cruising with Carnival. And now, how many people out there right now are going, oh, I was hoping it was Disney. Sorry, this cruise is Carnival. Yeah, we are going to be cruising with the Carnival Sunrise, which was formerly known as the Carnival Triumph. And yeah, sometime last year, I think, or was it this year even? Maybe it was even this year. Recently, it underwent a lot of renovations to add, to just like modernize it and things like that. And it fit the dates and it fit the price range for us, and we booked it. I booked it with my friend Josh at cruisesbyjosh.com, who was so helpful again, and I can only recommend using somebody like Josh, if not Josh, somebody who specializes in booking cruises as a professional travel agent. Because he made me think about some things, gave me some advice, and we actually had a very funny moment where it came down to which cabin we were going to be in, and I had a deck plan up on my computer, and he was, looking at one on his computer at work, and I was like, no, I don't think I wanted that cabin because it's like directly under the pool deck, and he was like, well, there's actually other cabins above this cabin, and I was like, no, there isn't. It's like when I look at the cabin or the, if it's going to be on deck 8 and I'm looking at deck 9, it's like pool right there. And that was a bad experience for me on the Meraviglia, which I talked about in last week's Sunday Sofatime. Yeah. And I said, now I know what it's like, and so I would rather be another deck down. And he's like, wait a second, are you looking at the Carnival Sunrise? And then I realized there's also a Carnival Sunshine. So can you imagine? I bet people make that mistake. I bet they think they're booking on the Sunshine, but they're booking the Sunrise. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? And then you get to the airport and you just tell the taxi driver, I need to get to the Carnival Sunrise, but you're supposed to be on the Sunshine, and then they take you to the wrong port? Maybe. Oh, that would suck. All right, so yeah, we will be on the Sunrise in a balcony cabin, and the itinerary is very simple because it's such a short cruise. So we're going to Nassau. Geez, never been there before. I wonder what there is to do there. And we are going to Carnival's private island, Half Moon Cay. Half Moon Cay. And I am so excited about that. There's one thing I've been watching, since I've known we're going to be on this cruise, I've been watching other people's videos about it. And there's one thing that I'm so looking forward to about visiting Half Moon Cay, and that is it looks a lot like what Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day at Coco Cay used to be before they made it into this gigantic water theme park there. And I'm not hating on that. I'm just saying I loved visiting Coco Cay before then because it really seemed like visiting a private tropical island that was sort of untouched. And from the videos that I've watched about Half Moon Cay, it looks like that used to be. And I think I'm really going to love it. Just to have relaxing time on the beach, maybe do some snorkeling. But if there's a lot of fish, I'm gonna be getting out of the water really quickly and just, chilling and having a good time. And I'm so excited to finally see what Carnival is like and to have the comparison and to, I've got so many great ideas for videos, I think they're great. I hope you guys will like them too. I want to do, cabin comparisons, food comparisons, vegetarian food comparisons. Service isn't something I usually talk about unless there's something really awful that happens. And I think, it's too bad. That's kind of the trend. Usually you only talk about the service at all, or you think about the service at all if something, really awful happens. And all the fantastic things that happen, you just take it for granted, you know what I mean? Which is unfortunate. But yeah, I hope to do cabin tour, like cabin comparison tour, Carnival versus, NCL versus Royal Caribbean maybe, and all together, Smackdown perhaps, which is kind of hard to do after only cruising once on that cruise line, but I'll do my best. And then of course, the inside of the ship tour and the top deck tour, and what are some other videos that I could do? Of course, Half Moon Cay. Probably won't do any Nassau video because I don't think we're going to be getting off the ship there. That'll probably be the day that I do the ship tour videos. We'll see. I don't know. And if you guys have any suggestions, then please let me know. And let me know what you think. Did I make a good decision? Is this something that you guys are going to be excited about, as excited as I am, and looking forward to see it? And have any of you cruised with the Carnival Triumph or now the Sunrise? And have anything you want to let me know, then you know where to write it. And now comes the time on Sunday Sofatime where I comment on your comments live on air. Pardon me for that last moment looking like a 1995 Jamiroquai video. In last week's Sunday Sofatime, I made a video called 3 Cruise Cabins to Avoid and 1 to Book If You Can, talking about how the shape of the ship can really make a difference about what it's like to have a balcony. And the first comment that I want to bring up is a very good point that I never thought about. It's from Dr. Smigley. Dr. Smigley writes, "All good points, Morgan. I always try to book cabins near the center of the ship but away from noisy areas. For example, making sure the decks directly above and below have cabins and not common areas." And I have 2 additional points on hump balconies. If you are on the leading edge of the hump, you have a wider angle of the view ahead. And if you are on the trailing curve of the hump, you get more wind protection. And that is something I never thought about, and it's totally true. So on the Meraviglia, we had the wider view, but yeah, in the direction that the ship is going. So of course, probably more wind. I never thought of that. And this is why I love reading through your comments and having like this community here, because we all learn things from each other. And Dr. Smigley, that is a very good point. Lucky Dog's mom writes, "I didn't see any ad. Does that mean I win a free cruise?" Well, yes, Lucky Dog's mom. You just need to call your favorite cruise line and tell them that you're ready to accept your free cruise. I promise it'll work out. And one more thing from Judy Martin that is also a very good point that I didn't think about. Judy Martin writes, "Another reason for the bends in the hallways is that they act as a sound barrier. It's much quieter around the bend from a public gathering place." So true. That's another reason why I unknowingly appreciate those kind of bendy halls in comparison to just the super long straight halls. You guys go out there and have a fantastic rest of your weekend or rest of the day or week whenever you get around to watching this, and I'm so looking forward to taking you with me on the Carnival Sunrise in January. In case you were wondering, we will be leaving Florida again very shortly after the Sunrise cruise. And if you want to know what we're going to be doing then you're going to have to just stay tuned for Sunday Sofatime next week. See you later.